Hello everyone. Welcome to our another video in the series on mastering data structures and algorithms. Today we'll be talking about the merging of the linked list part 2. Let's begin. I'm Dr. Prashant K. Gupta. This is a link to my website. It contains lots of good materials, the lectures, PPTs, the C programs for the topics that we are discussing in these videos. My passion is research and teaching. Today we are considering the case 2, that is lists are sorted. So let's see. Basically the idea is we are given two lists with the start nodes and their respective nodes like these and so on. We compare the values in the respective nodes and every node to every other node and so on. So wherever we find that the value in the one of the nodes of a linked list is smaller than the other, that node we simply take out and attach it to another list within start node S3. And this is how the basic of the algorithm works. So let's see how. This is our algorithm. We have called our algorithm merge S stands for sorted. We are given two start nodes, start1 and start2, which contain the address of the first nodes of the two linked lists that we are about to merge. We will be comparing the nodes from the list 1 and list 2, and whichever the node is found out to be of the lesser value, that node will be inserting into the start3. Traversal is a temporary pointer that we have declared. Let's see how. Now first of all, in first step we check if start1 is null. Therefore, first list is empty. Simply we have to append the second list to the end of the third. In case if start2 is null, then our second list is empty, and in that case we have to simply append the first list to the third. If none of these cases are true, so the program control jumps to the else part, where we compare while start1 is not null or start2 is not null. This means that if either of the two linked lists that we are comparing has at least one of the nodes surviving, then we compare if start1's information part is less than equal to start2's information part, then we have to insert the start1 into our newly created linked list, that is the merge linked list. So first of all, we compare if start3 is null, which means that our list is empty. Therefore, the new node that is to be inserted into the start3 is the first node. So therefore, we set the value of start3 to start1. We increment start1 to point to the second node, and then we set the start3's link as null. Else, if there is already one or more nodes that are there existing in the merged linked list, therefore we set the start tree's value to the traversal, or rather we initialize a traversal pointer to contain the address of the first node in the merged linked list. Then we keep on traversing till we reach the last node in the merged linked list by using these statements and comparisons. When we reach the last node, then we set the traversal link to start1, that is the address of the node that we want to insert into the third linked list. Then start1 is incremented to point to the next node. And now this is a very important statement where we set traversal link of link equals to null. Because as you can see from this statement, traversal's link takes us just to the last node. Whenever we add a last node, so its address will be into the traversal's link. And then setting its link of link as null over here will cause the last node's link to be null. And as we all know, in a linked list, the start node contains the address part as null. If this is not the case, that means over here, if start1's information is not less than equal to start2's information, then we have to insert a node from the second linked list into the merged linked list. Then again over here, we perform the check if start3 is null, that is our list is empty. Then we have to insert the first node from the second linked list into the merged linked list. So then we said the start 3's value to start 2. Start 2 is incremented, and we set start 3's link to null because that is the first node that is added to the linked list. Else, traversal is given the address of the first node into the merge linked list. We keep on going till the last node is reached by using this check and incrementing the traversal's value. As soon as we reach the last node, we set the traversal link to start2, that is the address of the new node that is to be inserted. We increment the start2 to point to the next node in the second linked list, and as done over here, traversal link of link whenever we set it to null, so it causes the last node's address to be null. Now all these are good till the time there is at least one node that is left in either of the two linked lists. In case if there is one node that will be left in both the lists, that is the last node that is surviving both the linked lists. In that case, this check in the while loop is going to be false and none of these statements are going to be executed. So then in that case, the simple job is that we have to compare the last node in the two links, that is the linked list 1 and linked list 2. We have to simply compare the value in these two nodes. Whichever of the two values is found to be shorter, then we have to append that value to the end of the S3 with all the intermediate nodes being there. And after that, this value is going to be appended after this. In case it is the reverse scenario, that is S1's value is less than the S1's value is greater than the S2's value. So then first of all, we'll append S2 over here at the last of the S3, and then we'll be appending S1 to the end of the S2. So that is performed using these statements. So when there is single node that is surviving in both the linked lists, so we simply compare if start1's info is less than the start2 info. If that is the case, then it is highly possible that if start3 is null, this is going to be the scenario when both S1 and S2 that we're trying to merge have only a single node in them. In none of the other cases, this check is going to be true. So then as done previously, we simply set the start3's value to start1. Start1 we will be incrementing to make its value as null, and then start3's link will be assigned the error of start2. That is the only node that is left in the start2. And then we set the start2 to null. Else, we can set the if this is not the case, then there are more number of intermediate nodes that we have inserted into the linked list. So then we simply set the traversal value to start3. We keep on incrementing till we reach the last node by using these checks and these incrementation. Then upon reaching the last node, we first add the start1 to the last node end. Then start1 is incremented, and then we set traversal link of link to start2. That means after adding start1, then we add the remaining node or the last node from start2 at the end of the linked list finally, and then we set start2 to null. Even if we don't set the start2 values to null, these are still like uncalled for. We are just freeing the memory that is allocated to the start2 in a way by setting their value to null. If this is not the case, that is the value in the last node is in the last nodes of list 1 and list 2. In that scenario, if start1's value is greater than or equal to start2, then first we have to insert start2 at the end of the merge list and then start. So then we check again over here. If start3 is null, then again this is going to be true only in case if start1 and start2, rather list 1 and 2 had just a single node. So then we simply set start3 to start2. Start2 is incremented, and then start3's link is set to start1 and start1 is made null. Else, if there were more nodes, then we simply initialize the value of traversal. We keep on traversing till we reach the last node by using these checks and the incrementation statement. Then we set the value of traversal link to start2. Start2 is incremented, and traversal link of link gets the value of start1. That means after inserting start2 over here, that is the link node from the list 2, then we are inserting the node from list 1, and then start 1 is made null. Now this is the algorithm, seems quite complicated. Let us try to understand it with a simple example. Say suppose we are given these two linked lists. You can see these are in sorted order. Now we have to merge them and bring out a common linked list. So in the first step, you can see that start 1 and start 2, none of them are null. So none of these statements are going to get executed. So the control jumps to the else part, where first of all we compare the start 1's link is not null and start 2's link is also not null, because start 1 contains the address of the first node and start 2 contains the address of this first node in the linked list. So therefore, now we compare if the start 1's information is less than equal to start 2's information. Start 1 information is 2 and start 2's information is 4. So yes, this check is true. Therefore, the control jumps into this if part and sees if start 3 is null, which is exactly the case because this is the first node that we're inserting into the merged linked list. So therefore, start 3's value is set to start 1 over here. That is the address of the first node in the first linked list. Then start 1 will be incremented to point to the next node. So now you can see this link now ceases to exist and new link is formed over here. Now setting the start 3's link to null, you can see now this link or pointer will cease to exist. And now you can see this node gets the address as null over here. So again, the control jumps and comes to the while loop and again checks. And we can see over here again start 1's link is not null and start 2's link is not null because they both still contain more than one node. So therefore, this control will keep on traversing. Now it will compare. If the start 1 information that is now 33, it is greater than the start 2's information which is 4. So therefore, this check fails over here. So the control will jump to the else part. And over here it will check if start 3 is not equal to null. Now this check fails because start 3 already has our one node inserted over here from the previous step. Therefore, control will come to the else part within the else part, that is these statements will not be executed. Now control jumps over here and checks if start 3 is not null, so therefore traversal is set to the value of start 3, that is the address of the first node. Now it will go inside the while loop and check if traversal link is not null, which is actually false over here because traversal link, as you can very well see, is null over here. So therefore this statement will not be executed. Simply the next step is to set the traversal link to start 2. So therefore, traversal link is set to the start 2, that is the address of the first node from the second linked list, as it is very well shown over here. Now start 2 will be incremented to the next node. So you can see this link is now going to cease to exist and this link will be established. And when we state traversal link of link equals to null, so now you can very well see traversal link takes us to over here. Now traversal's link of link actually takes us to this address. So therefore, setting traversal link of link to null causes this last node's address part to be null in the new merged linked list, and this connection will be therefore henceforth terminated. So proceeding in this way, now you can see this is our scenario over here where we have in our merged list nodes 2 and 4 are inserted. Linked list 1 contains node with values 33 and 77 and the list 2 contains nodes with value 5 and 40. So the next node that will be inserted into the merged linked list will be this node, which you can see over here. This happens. And now you can see that our linked list 2 is left just with the one node. So now start 2's link equals to null, that condition will no longer hold in the while loop. However, there are still more steps. So now you can see this is our condition over here. Start 2's link equals to null. So in this while loop, you can see start 2's link not equal to null. This condition will be false. However, there is a logical OR operation between these two conditions. and start1's link is still not null over here. You can see. So therefore, this is going to be true, and our control is still going to be into the while part. So as a result of this, you will see now the next node to be inserted will be node number 33 as it is shown over here. So now you can see our linked list. Now in this scenario, our start1's link will be equal to null and start2's link will be equal to null. Now both of these checks will be false into the while loop. So program will come out of the while loop. Also now you can see start2's link, that is the value with node with the value 40, is lesser than the value inside the other node. So first we will have to add this node at this end of the linked list, and then we have to add this node at its end. So we'll see how our program accomplishes that. So now you can see, as I've already told you, these two, both these are going to be null, and therefore while loop will no longer be executed. So our program jumps out of this part and checks if start1 information is less than start2 information. Now start1 information is 77 and start2 information is 40. So this check is false. So none of these statements are going to get executed. Program directly jumps to the else part and checks to see, yes, this is true. So therefore, it checks if start3 is not equal to null. So therefore, this check is going to be false, and therefore none of these statements are going to be executed. The control directly jumps to this else part. Now with this else part, we'll initialize the value of traversal to the first address of the merge linked list. Now the traversal is going to keep on progressing till it reaches the last node in this linked list. Let's see it this way. Now traversal link is not null. Therefore, traversal will be incremented to point to the next node. Now it will keep on going till it reaches the last node, and in which scenario this check is going to be false. So our task is to set the traversal link equal to start2. As soon as we do this, so now you can see over here, earlier this link part is null, and as soon as we execute this statement, it gets the address of start2, that is the only surviving node in the linked list 2. So then we said start2 equals to start2 link, so this link now ceases to exist. Now, as soon as we said the traversal link of link equals to start1, so as already done, traversal's link takes us to this node. Setting traversal link of link, actually, traversal link takes us to this node, and setting the traversal link of link causes this assignment to take place. That is the assignment of the address of the remaining node in the first linked list. And setting traversal start1 equal to null causes this link to be terminated. So therefore, this is our finally merged linked list that we have. This is a solid arrow. And these two, start1 and start2, are going to become null. This is a very big C program for this algorithm, and it is difficult to show in these slides. So I have uploaded the C program onto my website. You can go to this link, and on this page, please search for this heading, and there you will find the C program for the merging of the linked list. Thank you all for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. More and more good videos are coming up soon. Thank you.